Hello everyone and welcome back to Anno 1800 Extreme Edition. Now, in the last episode, the plague finally, well, visited Madison, and it's still not gone. The thing with the plague is that once in game, it is pretty tenacious, especially in the cities, eating its way through all the buildings. It's a good thing though that we have just in time the resources for the hospital. I would like to go ahead, let's build our very first hospital as well. We do need to train doctors first, but I guess this is only a matter of a short period of time, and then we can hopefully finally cure some of those poor sods that are dying on the streets right now in masses everywhere here, as we can see. And also we already got a few districts that have been completely destroyed. I could repair them already. I'm not doing this though, because the plague can spread well over there again, and I don't want to waste resources. This is a no can do. Now Sean is proposing another ceasefire at 220,000. We're not doing this at this point. First of all, I can't afford it anyway, and second of all, I don't want to. Basically, with the pirate in the New World, we don't really need to go ahead with a ceasefire. Now I have 2 privateer warships there in construction, and I would like to go ahead to also construct a royal galleon there once more. So we have now once again all 3 shipyards being utilized. Next thing is, I do think that we do have a bit of flour in here. Yep. So there is a bit of oh, and this is my rum trader that was destroyed. Yes, okay. It was again Sean, so I thought that he would not gather something like this. It's crazy, really. And he destroyed one of my ships with that. Now I will need to, of course, replenish the trade route. We are just in the process of getting the royal galleon up there. No idea why they're all of a sudden in front of my harbor buildings. They usually don't attack harbor buildings, right? And the trader was really quick, so I don't think that they actually waited for the royal galleon. No idea. And there's really not that much that I could do at this point. They've just gathered here for now. One thing I can do, and some of you have been rightly suggesting that, and I think it's the good and the better option, is if we move the harbor area to the other side of the island. Now, I was hesitant to do this because moving the cannon towers cost me 4,000 credits each. Yep, 4,000. Which is pretty expensive, but I think it's going to be necessary. So I'm going ahead and I'm going to move it now to the other side of Tombola. Problem also is that my city is kind of like, you know, separated now over here without a harbor building, but you know, that's the price you have to pay for safety, I think. Oh, Princess Ching is actually proposing a ceasefire for 180,000 credits. This is something I might go for. We have oh, it's actually 10,000 for the relocation. This is expensive. Now, of course, the AI is cheating quite a lot, so why should we not exploit some game mechanics there? I'm usually not someone who likes to exploit stuff, right? Because it just feels unfair. But we could accept this offer here and declare a war again after the ceasefire is over. Might be an option. She's not very strong at the moment anyway against us, so I could go ahead with the 180k there. For 50 minutes. I don't say no to that, right? So we got 300k now on the balance, and this makes it possible to use to purchase some shares, for example, but also to finance my relocation here. We can still also go ahead and relocate this one, even though it was under fire, I think. No, it was firing, so that's the one. And then we have one more. So this is actually 10k each. That's 60k in cost that I just had for these cannons there, right? Then we also have the repair crane that I need to get to the other side, but I think that's a cheaper one. There you go. And then we have, yeah, problem is this will get destroyed as well, so I will just have to move it. There's no way around that. So there you go. The harbor area is now on the other side of Tombola, and hopefully we make things a bit easier because the ships, they can just enter and leave immediately now. I will probably need to check here the waypoints though. No, I think it's fine. I think we might though have broken some waypoints there again. Look at that, right? So, no idea. It's hard to say at the moment. We'll just need to wait on that. But it's definitely going to be harder for the pirate now to destroy my ships. Now, Mother Goose has arrived in River of Stars. Problem is, it's full of pirates here at the moment. I wanted to get to Tombola, and it's a clipper, so it should outmaneuver the pirates rather quickly. Let's just see where it goes. There's just too much. There's too much movement here. I will need to wait in the harbor area for now. And just for safety reasons, let's also unload the the goods here, but the pirate he's just waiting basically there now. All right, so the relocation is complete. That's a good thing at least. We can clear up the space here. And why, by the way, did Princess Ching now pay me so much money to get to ceasefire? I think she's under pressure by someone else and she's weaker than us right now. So she is at war with the pirate there, and with us, of course. But we are at ceasefire here, carry Voss. And in this case, she definitely wants to take the pressure off of her. And she's paying quite a lot for that. I'm fine with that though. So we can use the money, as I said. One way of actually using this money is by taking shares. Now, it's unavailable for me to purchase a share here from the Admiral. It's 400k at this point. Miss Hunt is 390k, and the value is just not really there, but the value is here. So 180k for 300 share value. And look at that, what's going on. Miss Hunt has taken all the shares of her main island. That's how weak Princess Ching is at this point. I think Miss Hunt could take over her main island, and that would be the end of her. So let's just be the Samaritan here and take the share, 180k. We can afford that with the money Princess Ching gave us. Purchase the share and get an additional income of 300 to our balance there here, thanks to the share income that we have, right? Basically, we could invest here more and get more out of it. And also, Miss Hunt is no longer able to overtake that island. And I always like to annoy Miss Hunt, and I'm pretty sure that she's annoyed by that. So that's fine. Now, for the trade routes, the rum trade route can now get the second ship, Top Banana, that we just created there. Perfect. And Top Banana is going then to the new wall with this one. And cotton, it's fine to have one ship only on this one. As we can see, we're pretty much capped on cotton there anyway. So all is a golden here. Oh, by the way, the Admiral, what are you doing? He actually built some defense on the other side of his island now that is close enough to attack my ships. Righto. He is trying to, yeah, dominate this channel here. And I can't allow that. Let's take my ships. This is something I can absolutely not allow, by the way, because I would forever have a problem getting my ships back and forth on this one. So let's use my fleet. We do have a significant portion of that by now. And move in. It's a hard artillery though, so it's going to hurt us. But look at that. All my ships are now under constant fire. Ship under attack. So let's just take my ships and perhaps we can destroy them. Boy, no way. This is messed up though. The damage the harbor artillery is doing is just not right, I think. That's too much damage. That's one down. And there we are taking the other down. And I'm probably going to lose one ship. No, we haven't lost the ship there. Very good. And we can take down the oil harbor just to annoy him there as well. We just need to show him that's no way of doing business here, right? You can't get the defense up there. I need to protect my trade routes. That was a smart move on his side though. Right, so he was basically trying to get the channel in now. I'm going to keep my ships stationed, except the two that have been damaged. They get back home here for some repairing. Oh, what was destroyed now?
A ship was destroyed.
Alright, I would really like to know why this ship got destroyed now. Because there is we are ceasefire with the pirate. Both ships got lost, by the way. And there's nothing here though that would tell me why.
Was destroyed.
Yep, those two were destroyed here. Oops. But there wasn't any defense and nor any attack ships close by. Very strange. Alright, no idea what's going on there. Doesn't matter now. We've lost the ships. We need to rebuild anyway. That's that. Now, back in my industry zone, I will need to do a couple of things here. First of all, I need to pump up my schnapps production. So there's a few more buildings coming in now. That's the schnapps production. And then we got the whole workload production over here that I basically need to increase there a bit. We do have enough sail makers, really. There's no need for any more of them. So instead, I'm going to use this space here for some more framework knitters. We should be able to use 3 for this one. Let's just try this one out. Perfect. They all get the connection, and then they can continue down to the warehouse that we're also upgrading there, because there's a lot of traffic going on here. We just need to do this because I need to increase the size of my city. And by the way, the doctors have been trained, and they're now out there. Is there actually any plague left? I don't think so. Perfect. I think the plague is gone. We have successfully defeated it for now, and we can repair those buildings. With the remaining resources, I would like to go ahead now and pump out some more engineers. We're still pretty short on them, and they're just so important. Let's just get us a few more here, especially here in the center of my city, beside the church. They're just expensive, really. Look at that. And by the way, reinforced concrete is in now beautifully, so we can get some buildings for that up and running soon. Now we're out of it again. I think, no, we can't purchase any ship, nor do I have a proper ship available for that. I would like to purchase some. Alright, my fleet is going to stay here. So, because once the siege ends, he will pretty certainly rebuild those cannons there. I would also like to go ahead. We do lack some farmers there at the moment, which is the strangest of all things. There is no plague going. Oh, there is one. Alright, but I can't. Yeah, it's not a big plague though. Do we really lack farmers that much? Then I will need to go ahead and build us another block over here. I'm just going to have a new district for my city, and we're basically trying to squeeze in some more houses in this area. Let's also move the mill. That's going to be okay, and then we can have a couple more houses here. All right, so like that and like that. Now we have the materials to get this hospital cracking here now too. There you go, and very much needed those doctors. The first hospital has a beautiful range, right? It actually can go up to this point there. I think with paved roads, it might actually also reach this area, but for now I cannot do this. Yeah, also let's expand. We, by the way, have successfully replenished our farmers, so in that case here, no more need for them. But I'm still, of course, going to get us a few more blocks up here, especially on that side. And yeah, let's just build them. That's basically the end of my city, right? So we will no longer need to spam more buildings than at some point. Let's just build them for now. And then also, of course, the marketplace. I'm pretty down on timber right now because, of course, we do have lots of ships that we built there, basically. There, everything is still under control, more or less. So my ships basically boycott this island now. And I will try to build up a second fleet that we are going to need there as well. Perfect. So let's just finish the remaining farmers. How is it looking there with my consumption? Perfectly fine. So nothing else that we would need to do there. We can sustain this farmer population and probably even more. Way probably even more. So we could also go ahead and build us a few more. These are taxpayers after all. Way more important though is that we will able to upgrade more engineers, because they really pay us the majority of what we need at the moment. Right, so that's that. Now there is the question of how we can increase our brick production. At the moment, clay is not looking so great. I do have this island down here that is providing 3 clay deposits, but I will need to build up a smaller city. And we might actually do this, since I only need farmers really, and workers, of course, to get us the clay deposits going. And for that, I will need a ship. Do we have a ship available? I don't think so. I think we have one privateer warship at the moment, Olympia. Let's misuse harass Olympia there with some transportation of goods. In that case, I will only really need... I think I will only really need timber. Let's go ahead and take some 70 tons for a few houses. Let's take just a bit more than that. And then I will be able to get us the next island up. The siege is over, so he will most likely now rebuild his harbor defense there. And unfortunately for now, once he does that, we do need to act quickly and destroy the cannons there immediately. I have no other solution to this problem at the moment, because there it is,
Fleet ready.
right? And we need to attack right away before it starts attacking our ships, because it's just doing so much damage. And we can quickly do it. Perfect. And we have taken no damage. As long as he's not sending ships after that, we are golden, right? But we need to continue doing like, because otherwise he would, yeah, secure that channel with the harbor artillery, and that I certainly can't allow. That would put my trade ships under jeopardy forever, basically. Now, the New World at the moment is completely crushed for me, right? The pirate is totally dominating this channel here. My cotton trade route is damaged for now. I can't do much there. I can definitely build me a hospital though here. There you go. We're probably going to build 2 of them. There we got the oil. Not so pretty. Let's get rid of this one, and then I can squeeze in a hospital in this area. That is going to work out for the plague that is now occurring on all my islands, by the way. So we have the plague problem almost everywhere. In that case,
New orders.
the rum is safe because it gets out there quickly. The cotton is not. So the cotton at the moment is really dangerous. Insane, really. He completely took it over, and he's keeping his ships there. Nothing I can do, really. Another resident quest waits in the pastry section. A genius in a new city, a fruitcake. Can you help me find my cousin? What? He's a huge bold fellow who never parts from his spear. Alright, so he's probably close to any of my of the pubs. And somewhere over there. So there is my ship, and also what I'm going to need is with my freshly built Royal Galleon. Let's go ahead and get us some 30 tons of weapons there, some steel beams, and let's just check this one out.
Ship under attack.
There's lots of attacks right now happening there.
More than ready.
Some 30 tons of bricks and 30 tons of steel beams, and let's get this down here too, so that we can start protecting that. Oh, there is also the pirate. So the ceasefire is over with the pirate, and he's now going completely all in here. And we need to take down, of course, his ships there. Perhaps there is an interesting loot. No idea. There is something. So we might just catch that. At the moment, that's the only way of actually making my ships stronger there, I think. And this one survived, but barely, so it will need to need some repairing then as well. There's... Oh! What was that? There was Princess Ching again. But I think we're still at ceasefire. Ah, she would like a peace treaty. Nope. That I can't do. So I said that I would be at permanent war with them. Ceasefire is okay, but anything else is really not. We are not going with peace here. In that case, in the New World, it seems rather safe, except for my ships, of course. Yeah, a fast ship could do the job though. Let's try to put then my ship on it again.
Ship under attack.
And we got Sparky. Very strange item there that I certainly don't need. Alright, and the harbor defense has been repaired. So that's another thing that we need to quickly destroy before it attacks us. There you go, perfect. Nice job. And once again, problem solved. Oh, and I need to check out what Anne is doing there. I think she's gathering for an attack. That might be happening. Just look at that. Also here, it's incredible. The pirate is so strong together with the admiral.
Ship was destroyed.
We secured some goods here. So that's the bricks and the steel beams.
A ship was destroyed.
And I will need to turn this one in. There you go. So we saved a bit of it. I can put a few of my cannon towers up there. Something that we absolutely need to do. One here. Probably a second one. And the third one. I think we can only build 2. Ah, we can only build 1, of course. Because you lose now items in the ocean, right? So you lose a portion of it. Let's build a clipper there for fast transportation.
Your harbor is under attack.
There is some loot here once again from the pirate. I think there's also something here that we should check out. Meanwhile, we can finally do something very important, and that is building our power plant. Screw that for now. I need to go for ceasefire with the pirate here. 33,000. We can afford this at this point, but she is totally destroying us at the moment. There is a couple of ships coming in. There she has a massive fleet that was moving towards my fleet, and I just don't want to lose that much time all the time by getting rid of my, well, losing my fleet, you know. So we're not doing this anymore. I'm going with ceasefire with the pirate there. And I think my AI opponents have similar problems right now because they're not able to build up big fleets there. The pirates are completely destroying us for now until we get the battleships, because I think they can't get steamships, the big steamships there. I hope so, at least, right? So as long as we have the privateer warships, we have a bit of a problem there getting ships out. Now this one needs some repairing. There was some flour on the ground that we really don't need. And by the way, it only cost us 33,000, something we can afford at this point, right? Because it's just so much more worth it having your fleet secured. I will get, yeah, let's make 2 more Royal Galleons. Actually, let's make one with the other shipyard. This one is completing a clipper. Let's get this one out. And there's a clipper coming out. And this clipper will be on my hops and fur trade there again, which, yeah, the pirate destroyed. So that's the ship. Out again. Problem solved once more. Now it's all about my power production. We do have quite a lot of steel here and my weapon productions, and I really want to boost this one now. And it's the first building that is going to consume oil. I think we can build 2 of them. Let's build the first one. So 2 of them with the 4 oil that we are using right now, that we are producing, right? And this one is going to consume now some oil, and it's boosting my whole industry up here. Meanwhile, in Rocha, the items have arrived. The timber mostly. So let's go ahead, and I'm doing something here. We don't have a lot of space, right? But I can definitely do a couple of things here with the limited resources. First of all, I'm building me a small marketplace. We're going to build 1 fisher. I think 1 will be enough. We'll just see. Then I'm going to build some houses. Let's actually put them a bit further up there. I mean, we are not going to build a lot of... We're not going to build a lot of houses there, but some. And they should get the proper range there. This is actually a pretty cool island, right? It's just this small village there in the middle of nowhere. And I continue there with a couple of houses. This is workforce and worker workforce at that. So it's not going to be a taxpayer city for us. It's just really a few houses that we can upgrade, right? That's it. How much does it cost me? 80 tons. That might have been too much already. Let's build those guys here first. Very good. And those houses and the fishery. And then I will need a warehouse that I'm going to use for the work cloth, right? So we can actually do this up there somewhere. We're going to have, I think actually 1 sheep farm would be totally enough for that already. Let's build 1. Right? And 1 framework knitter. I think that's actually absolutely enough. And I'm doing the same thing with the potato. So we have the potato fertility. Let's, just for safety reasons, let's move it a bit further down. Right, so that's going to be our potato with the schnapps distillery. And I think that is already enough. I could, for safety measures, squeeze in a 2nd sheep farm here if I want to, right? Let's just keep it there if I need it. And then we could have a 2nd framework knitter there as well. But I think that's already enough. And with that, we can then afford the deposits there, right? So that's that. Let's build it. Let's build 1 sheep farm, 1 framework knitter, 1 potato farm, and 1 schnapps distillery. Reason for that is I want to keep them happy. We don't want to have any riots here, right? So that's why I'm basically also giving them some schnapps there. And we should be golden. They get the resources now. How much does a clay collector, by the way, cost? 4 tons of timber only. So we can squeeze in 1 here then. We can squeeze 1 here. And then we got this one out there with the last warehouse. Now let's get Olympia back. Oh, and it actually reached city status village there. An oyster catcher that is in the harbor area will get some further timber. because we can afford the timber for sure. And some steel beams to finish the remaining cannon that we have, right? The cannons there.
Time determines victory from defeat.
This is over again.
A competitor's island withstood an attack.
So there will be the cannons now coming up again that I need to check on. There it is, and let's destroy them again quickly. So far so good. I'm just waiting now for this one to build up, and then we can boost our brick production significantly. Meanwhile, there's also the first electricity coming in, so we're boosting now all our factories here, especially the weapon factories, the steel beams, by another 100%. And I will need to increase the paving of my roads here, going away from the power station to further increase the range and thus have more factories then within range, so that we can really take the maximum out of that. I have more space down here for more factories that are going to need electricity now, and then we continue onwards. Stay tuned.